Charlie Kirk. People ask me about it because, they say I'm a person that straddle the fence, right? You're not left, you're not right. I'm not either. So I do have positive views and negative views for everyone, like it should be. And my thoughts on Charlie Kirk getting shot. I have mixed feelings, naturally, right? Based on the fact that this man, young man, got shot for having an opinion. And his opinions ruffled feathers. It got people's attention. It got him a lot of notoriety. He was a very opinionated man, young man. And I do feel, first and foremost, that having an opinion, regardless of whatever it is, shouldn't cause you to get killed. But it has happened time and time again, right? There's been people that, because of what they believe, how they believe, they get killed all the time. The mixed feelings go, I think, for Charlie Kirk, there's some things that he said that I agree with. There's some things that he said that I don't agree with, right? But I have to tell you, as a man of color, okay, because I'm not a white guy, I was relieved because it wasn't somebody opposite of him, and because he was so opinionated, the way he got shot was similar to Alec Baldwin speaking up against anti-gun laws, and he killed somebody on set. It was definitely ironic, because the irony is Charlie Kirk got shot, sadly, and I think when you're talking about somebody with a strong opinion, the last thing you want to do is shoot that person. When I first heard the news, I was pissed off because what he was saying wasn't necessarily built on hate, but it wasn't necessarily built on love either, right? But, Charlie Kirk, was he a little racist? Yeah, he was a little racist. He sure was. He was. But then, like I told a good friend of mine, you have guys like David Duke still walking and breathing the earth, right? Way up in their 70s and 80s. A part of the Ku Klux Klan that had similar opinions. But I don't think Charlie Kirk took it that far. I think he was a little bit too patriotic to be a Klansman. But if you found out that he attended some meetings of the Ku Klux Klan, you wouldn't be surprised, right? Okay, what do you based on what he said, he kind of lines up with their idea of thinking. All right? But he's not on that level. He's not on that level as David Duke, and he's still around, and he had similar ideas and a similar mindset. you know. But this young man was shot. It's unfortunate, man. It really was. And I was relieved that it was a guy that looked like him, a white guy. Because it would have been a different story if it was a black guy. Why? Because there was enough people that followed Charlie Kirk that would be mad enough to retaliate. Okay? Because people are angry, especially people that think like Charlie Kirk, and people like I was that was pissed off that they shot him because he had an opinion. Now, this is what I would like to know. Since the guy's father turned him in, I would like to know why he did what he did. You know, because maybe, just maybe, he was one of those guys that tried to debate Charlie Kirk and lost. And make no mistake about it, Charlie Kirk kicked a lot of ass because a lot of the things he was saying made sense. Not all, but a lot. You know, and like I mentioned, a little racist, yeah. You know, a lot of people should take offense to what he said. Oh, if I see a pilot that's black, I'm gonna wonder if he really did he did a good job, or did he really go to school and all that? Like, of course he did. You know, because Charlie Kirk doesn't know things about black tax. That's a real thing, right? It's something that drives a person of color to do better because he feels he has to, because he feels that he needs to, because he won't get a fair shake unless he crosses every T and dots every I. That's a real thing. So a lot of people don't believe in that, but no, that's a real thing. And even if it's not the case as much anymore, it's still something that people take advantage, or take a note of. So yeah. So when I heard that, I'm like, okay, yeah, this guy's a little racist. But then you hear him say stuff about the transgender community and stuff like that, you know. And a lot of things I do agree with when he said about that, because, you know, he was challenging. And the whole idea, if you don't even really believe what he's saying, do your research and challenge the man. But killing him is not the answer. It wasn't the answer. Killing Charlie Kirk was not the answer. You know, it wasn't. It was a coward way to silence somebody that had a strong, opinionated opinion. And because he did, right? They shot him for it. So there you go with that, man. I mean, he gets shot at a rally. It is very unfortunate. But I think Charlie Kirk, and who I blame the security of the campus. Because there's no way somebody like that could have been shot with his position, you know? So, yeah, God bless him. I've seen memes that, oh, yeah, well, you know, Charlie Kirk's in hell and all that stuff. I'm like, dude, that is not your call. And it just shows you how much that he was hated by people. You know, but again, it's a lot of other people that are a lot worse than Charlie Kirk that's still breathing. And unfortunately for Charlie Kirk, he's not. I do think the security should have been tightened, because I do feel that could have been avoided. That should have been avoided. So, you know, Charlie Kirk, you know, I mean, he's gone now, and you know, you can't bring him back. But it's an unfortunate thing, man. but nobody should be killed over, just having their own opinion, but he was a guy that didn't care for sympathy. But I think because he didn't care for sympathy doesn't make him right for saying he didn't have it, because a lot of people have sympathy for him getting shot. So that's another ironic point about Charlie Kirk, so it's bad, it's sad, but it happens. But anyway, guys, this is Kirk DeVille with Life, Relationship, and Reviews, and my take on Charlie Kirk. May God bless him. You guys, peace out.